Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute and I want to go through all the newer products that I have been testing, been trying, been sent, been buying. So that's what we're doing today. First new product is the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in the Candy Cane scent. Last year they did launch the lip sleeping mask. I went through a whole full size of these. Came as a kit and they are different scents. They are different scents, but they're not like that far off. The Candy Cane is definitely more sweeter, has like a more sugary scent to it. But I love these and I could not resist. I also picked up the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the Eggnog Latte. Now, I'm an eggnog girl. I'm going to hold off on using this until we get through October. I love eggnog. It is my favorite holiday drink, and I can't wait. Next product comes from a new brand at Sephora. This is called Lion Pose, and they sent this to me. This is their Pep Talk Biopeptide Barrier Cream, Triple Lipid Complex. I really love this. So this is extremely hydrating, which is perfect for my skin. I already put some on today, but for the sake of the video, I love the application process. You just push this down, kind of like the, what is that from Drunk Elephant? I don't know. But I love the packaging and their products look so beautiful. This product is supposed to give you 24-hour barrier repair after retinol and AHAs. So that's good to know. This is also going to boost your hydration immediately as well as improve your skin barrier. And the before and after pictures that they sent in this is pretty wild. So been loving this, been loving the packaging, been loving the experience of this. I'm loving it. And this, like, look at the hydration now. Gorgeous. The next product I want to go in with is the Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. Very good moisturizer. And this will also act as your primer if you choose to do so. It's just really, really good. Not overly thick, but not thin either. I have been really liking it. We have more primers. We have the NYX Face Glue and then the glowy version of the Hydro Grip. This is the Grip and Glow Primer. So this is the texture of the Milk Makeup one. I'm just going to do each on one side of my face. You can see that metallic glow. And as you can see, I have a very fair complexion, but it's still not like obnoxiously metallic and glowy, especially if you put makeup over it. I don't think it's going to be that dramatic. But now let's go into the face glue, and I think this one is very good. It gives you a beautiful glow to the skin. It is also very, very grippy. I tested this on my TikTok, and I can insert clips of how sticky this thing really is. That's sticky. So it applies very smoothly, and then you can feel it starting to thicken up under your fingers. We had 3 foundations recently launched that have been getting some hype and getting some attention. So they are the Easy Blur foundation from Huda. We have the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Beat foundation, as well as the Patrick Ta, what is this? Their Major Skin Hydra Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. This is the one I want to use today. I will insert a clip of me using the One Size. We're reviewing the new foundation from One Size, the Turn Up the Base Full Beat Foundation, as well as their new sponge. Now with this foundation, you want to shake it up, mix all those pigments together so you get the fullest coverage possible. I went in with way too many pumps, but it did not apply everything onto my face, okay? Now this sponge, super, super nice. I love the way it fits under my eyes, in the crevices of my nose, and around the brows. I really, really like this sponge. Now, as far as the foundation, it is not the most fullest of coverage of foundations I've ever tried, but it is a pretty decent full coverage. You'll see in a second. You can still see some acne through it, so I went in with another layer. Another thing I love about this foundation is it kind of performs with your primer. Like if you wear a glowy primer, it's going to be more glowy. Of course, I set my face with powder at the end, but if you use a more mattifying and blurry primer, this foundation will give you that effect. And I really love foundations that do that. I love when you can use a primer and it shows through to your foundation. I love this. So I think for the video, I want to do Patrick Ta on one side and then Huda on the other. First, going in with Huda, I'm not going to do any spot concealing just yet. I want you to see the coverage on all of this redness. Very pale, but look at that match. Look at that match. I tell you, I'm very, very pale. This is a very nice foundation. I like the coverage level. The finish of it is very nice. Is it like a new holy grail for me? I don't think so. Look at the difference. The coverage level on top of my blemishes and redness, pretty good. And if you wanted extra blurring, of course you could go in with the Easy Blur Primer. I do not have that, but I feel like any blurring primer will do just fine. I don't think You need every new primer release that there is. And then I'm going to blend this out further with my new One Size sponge. I am obsessed with this sponge. I love the shape. I love the size. It is so good. Honestly, never been a beauty blender fan. It's just a little too porous, in my opinion. But this sponge is so soft, it's so squishy. I really, really like it. And next we have the Patrick Ta. Now, this has been getting some attention. This has some mixed reviews as well because it's definitely not a foundation that's meant for every skin type. It is very, very glowy. Very glowy, very hydrating. A normal to dry skin type. And you can immediately tell the difference between these two. The coverage level is not the same. A YouTuber that really did a really good review on this is Khaki Reviews Beauty. I loved her review on this. She is 37 years old and she has a dry skin type, and she really raved about this. Like, it looks off-putting at first, like you don't think it's ever gonna set down, but if you leave it, she said it will. If you have dry skin, your skin will just drink this up and your skin will love it. Like, look at that glow. It's not a full coverage by any means. It is more of a medium coverage. But I've really been liking both of these and the One Size too. The next product I want to talk about is the new Dior Bronzer Contour Stick. I am absolutely loving this. Do I think you need to run out and spend this kind of money? No. Should I have? No, but my curiosity has just gotten the best of me, and I really have come to love Dior makeup. I've never tried a foundation from them that I did not like. I have not tried the stick foundation. I'm very curious about that as well, but this has just been gorgeous. I love the tone. I have the shade 01 Light, and it's beautiful. Neutral, but leaning more on a cool side, so it's a perfect tone for my skin right now. Blends like a dream. I think the most comparable shades are Fenty Amber and then the Milk Makeup Toasted. There's a pretty comparable shade. This one might be a little bit more neutral compared to those two. I feel like the Fenty is like the closest shade match, but the formulas are definitely different. The Fenty matchsticks have a more of that drier, kind of like tuggy kind of formula instead of a smooth, creamy, beautiful stick. And I've been just obsessed with this. If you're looking to buy a luxury contour stick, this is the one. This is the one. There has been a couple new blush releases, so let's go over them. First one I want to mention is the Peter Thomas Roth. This is their Insta Firm Collagen Bounce Stick. This is called Blush Glow. Hello. Like, this does not really apply well over makeup, like over foundation. Like, I mean, it adds a gorgeous glow to the skin. But as far as a blush, like, I don't think this is going to give it to you. If it doesn't show up on me, it's not going to show up like on anyone. Milk Makeup launched 2 new shades of their Cooling Water Jelly Tints. I got these in PR and I just was not expecting it. I had like they sent me like a gift like months ago, and I've never gotten anything in PR from them since. I mean, I got the new primer, but that was as like a sample request from TikTok. So this is the shade Fizz, and I really do like this shade. It's very, very sheer, but I like it. A very sheer shade, but it does show up on my skin tone, and I absolutely swatched this one as well. This one is in the shade Fresh, and they have quite a bit of like pinky tones in this formula. This one is very pigmented. You can see it's quite juicy, a little streaky. The other one applied more smoothly. Next, these cutie little Kosas minis. These are their Blushes Life blushes in the shade Bliss and Euphoria. This I did buy the set of 3. That comes like in that what it looks like a little gift bag, but it's not a gift bag. It's not. I gave the other shade to my daughter because it was more of a brighter pink, which I don't really wear much. But this one is Bliss and this one is Euphoria. And then just for reference, this is the full size in the shade Dreamland. I love these. So this is Dreamland. So gorgeous. And then this one you have 4.5 grams, and then these minis you have 2 grams. So really not a bad gift set. I really love these blushes. I'm just a sucker for a baked blush. That is stunning. This is in the shade Euphoria. Love it. This is in the shade Bliss. Super pretty. The other one was like a more vibrant pink, kind of like this shade. For reference, you're getting a little less than half, but I believe the set was $30 and you got 3 mini blushes from their line, and I love it. I love when brands offer minis in their running line of things rather than new exclusive shades just for like the holidays. You know, I like when they launch existing things. I don't know. The Fenty blushes might be a little bit older at this point now. The Fenty Cheeks Suede Powder Blush. I have the shade Bacon Cakes. I love this shade. Now, these are pretty pigmented, but look at that shade. If you go in with a soft hand, I think these are stunning. Milani came out with a new sponge tip applicating blushes. This is in the shade Luminoso, and then this one is Dolce Pink. I have both of these in the powder version. This is Luminoso. You can see how quite sheer they are. I feel like, I don't know if this would show up on a medium skin tone. This one is in Dolce Pink. Very, very pretty. Is it comparable to Charlotte Tilbury? I don't think so. I don't think the formulas are close at all. I think maybe like the finish that you can get is going to be pretty similar, but these are more of metallic-y, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury has like that metallicness, but has a crazy amount of glow and just gloss, and it's gorgeous. These are not quite there, but are they good products? I would say so, but you'd have to be like my skin tone, and that's it. And then the blushes that I want to use today are the new About Face blushes. Now look at the packaging on these. These are so cute. These are their, what are they? Pigmented Fluid Blush? Okay. Fluid. Okay. So these are their pigmented fluid blushes, and I'm obsessed with the packaging. I want to use the shade Pit Stop because it'll match my little sweater. So let me swatch these out for you. Right here. Love the applicator, love the packaging, love the shade that I have. This one is in the shade In the Dust. So gorgeous. I love getting like an orangey shade and like a muted rose shade. I feel like those really work well on my skin tone. Here we go. We're gonna go in with Pit Stop finally. I'm gonna put that 2 little dots. Packaging is a little squeaky. I'm gonna use my Milk Makeup brush that they sent with the blushes. Now you can see it shears out quite nicely. It's not overly pigmented. It's not overly pigmented like the product name suggests, but it is quite a lovely flush and it gives a nice glow. Okay, why is this one more pigmented? What is happening? I swear I put the same amount. They're really, really pretty, and I can't complain. The packaging, the application, the colors, the shade range, perfection. I totally caved and bought the Dragon palette from Hourglass. Look at how pretty. I have not bought one of these since the Ghost Edit palette. It has been so long, but I don't know. I don't know, got caught up in the moment and I bought this palette. I believe the Dragon palette is the one that is meant for more of a fair complexion like myself. So this bronzer is beautiful. I have a full-size Hourglass bronzer, but I don't know what it is about it. I don't reach for it for some reason, but this I've been reaching for every day, and I've been loving that. And like, look at my forehead now. I've just been really into this palette lately, and I love using these like finishing powders to just sweep everywhere. And like, it truly is a finishing powder. I feel like it just blends all my makeup together, like all my powders together, and it looks so seamless by the time that I'm done. Now, Hourglass is stupid expensive, but I think there's something to be said about the formulas. They are unlike anything I have in my collection. I have a million baked products, but something about these are just so special. Now, Do I go and buy these every year? Absolutely not. Like I said, I have not bought one of these since the Ghost Edit palette, and I used that thing to death. Like, all my finishing powders were gone. I don't know. Hourglass does beautiful formulas, and they make beautiful makeup. It's expensive. They're not always inclusive, which is like another thing that I have a hard time when I purchase from this brand, because I like to support brands that include everybody. All right? And when you don't, like, you're on my list. Let's just go ahead and take this highlighter. I've never tried an Hourglass highlighter until this palette. And I will say it's weird because this is a little golden. Like, I don't know if you can tell. You can see, like, it's more golden than a champagne, which is what I prefer. Just suits my skin tone better. For eyeshadow, I have a couple of different options here. We have the Powerpuff Girl collection from SheGlam. This collection is just darling. Their sunglasses come off. It's a tin palette. This shade is crazy. Like, I don't even know if that'll do it justice. Look at that shine. Gorgeous. So that was Blossom. We have Buttercup, beautiful green palette, and then Bubbles. They're so cute. And they have a really, really good formula. Look at that shade. That was crazy. Also picked up the new Moon Dust palette from Urban Decay. So we have the shades Space Cowboy Rides Again. Wait, this is Space Cowboy Rides Again. This one is A-List Energy. Then we have Sparkle Hour, and then this one is Lunar Lit. These are very, very pretty. So I think I want to do a mixture of these two. I think the vibes will just match my sweater. First, we're going to lay down this e.l.f. What is this? First, we're going to use the e.l.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow primer. Whoa. Has like... This one seems pretty comparable to the Primer Potion. I feel like the way it sets down on my lids is the same as the one from Urban Decay. So I think I'm just going to take this shade right here and just run it through the crease. I don't want to do anything like obnoxious. She says as she's laying down orange eyeshadow. But SheGlam, they really have a solid formula. Like, the palettes that I've tried from them, absolutely stunning. Their shimmers are crazy, and the pigment on some of their colorful shadows, really, really good. I have been very impressed with Miss SheGlam lately. Now I'm going to take this deeper shade here and just keep it on the outer portion of the eye. And then I'm going to top the shadow off with the shade Space Cowboy Rides Again. And it's beautiful. So for not wanting to be like obnoxious on the eyes, we kind of got there instead, but I feel like this is a very fall appropriate eye look and I really like it. I just used my Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette for my eyeliner. For my waterline, I used the NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Burnt Sienna. Love this. This is like a dupe for Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, their eyeliner. And then I used my YSL waterproof mascara. Now for lips, these lip liners from Fenty, love them. They are very creamy. They glide on beautifully. This is the shade Thugs Blush 2. Yeah. Beautiful lip liners, and when they dry down, they set down and they are so good. I have this one, and I have the shade Peanut Butter. And then also been loving their new gloss stick from Fenty. This is their shade Blazed Donut. Been loving this as well. I love the formula. I love this shade specifically. It is a beautiful pale cool tone pink, and I'm obsessed with it. So this is the makeup. I feel very, very fall. I really like the way it turned out. So this is the Patrick Ta side. This was the Huda Beauty side, and I have more to cover on this side. And you can see my blemishes are showing through. Honestly, against my skin tone, it is hard. It is so hard to keep these things covered. They are very, very stubborn, very, very red. It's it is what it is. It's how my makeup always turns out, no matter what foundation I use. So it is not the fault of Miss Huda Beauty. It is me. As far as the standouts, the products that I would really recommend. First off, the Fenty lip products. I cannot get enough of them. I love them. I went back and I bought another lip pencil and another gloss stick because I love them. Those are like a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. The Moon Dust eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay. I feel like it's another standout because this was $39 and you only do get 4 shades, but I believe them as singles are $20 each. And I think this is very pretty, and I love all the tones in this palette. I feel like this one is a definite pickup, as well as this one size sponge. This is the sponge I use all the time now. I love the shape so much. I have been using my Sonia Kashuk sponge. Ooh, she's very dirty. I've been using my Sonia Kashuk sponges for a long time, but this one is even softer and squishier and more smooth than my Sonia Kashuk sponge, and I just really love this. Face glue, I feel like, is another big standout. Really been enjoying this. I've been using this a lot regularly with my makeup routine, and I really love it. And the Dior contour stick, this has taken over my contour and bronzing needs. I have been reaching for this every single day since I got it. Really love it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up before you go. Subscribe before you leave. We are almost, well, we're working our way up to 1,000 subscribers, and at that point I can be monetized, and that would be just amazing. Now, I will say I'm not a very consistent person, and it's been a while since my last upload. I usually do declutters because honestly I need to declutter often. I have a very confined makeup space, and so yeah, we do declutters often. I'm actually going to film one right after this. So if you like declutters and that kind of content, be sure to stick around. And I will leave my Instagram and I will leave my TikTok. I am very active on TikTok. I am very consistent there. But, you know, I work full time. I'm a mother. I'm a girlfriend. I almost said wife, but we're not married. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.